A new study shows that 401k's are failing for most Americans. In fact, nearly 40% of employees have less than $10,000 in their retirement savings, and nearly half of working families have nothing put away, zero. So if this is your situation, it's definitely time to make some changes here. We are joined now live by certified financial planner Gary Abely. He's going to talk about some of the secrets to taking advantage of your 401k. Good morning, Gary. Thanks so much for joining us. So talk a little bit about this. I mean, those are incredible stats to me.
They're shocking numbers. They really are. And, you know, part of the issue is not every employer offers retirement plans. That's one issue. And only about 75% of those that do actually give some type of matching contribution, whether it's dollar for dollar or 50 cents on the dollar. And then even then, those that do offer a matching, sometimes those investment options haven't been looked at in a lot of years. So 401k's frequently get put kind of to the back burner for a lot of the employee benefits because the HR manager is really busy with the spiraling out of control healthcare cost, and you know, we just kind of keep status quo on the 401k's. So we like to tell our clients that look at your 401k, look at the cost of your 401k, because small employers oftentimes have higher cost, and it may not even be advantageous to join the plan unless there is a matching. You know, that person may be better off with an IRA, for example.
Right.
So it's very important to look at cost, and it's also really important to look at the performance, and don't just look at the raw numbers. So for example, we had somebody in our office and they were looking at a real estate fund, and they said, oh, this is great, it's the best performing fund, I'm going to put 25% of my money in this fund. And I said, oh, this is actually a tired dog fund. This is not a greyhound. This fund was only earning about 8%. This is around June when we met, and the average real estate fund was up around 20% for the 1 year period then. So even though something looks good, you really have to get some objective criteria to evaluate each fund by.
So what do you suggest for those folks who maybe are in the position that they either have nothing right now or just a very little amount? I mean, where do you suggest they go from here? What are some of the first steps they take?
Well, you know, in our office we do a financial boot camp, and one of the first things I say is rule number 1 in our 10 life lessons. It's learn to live on 90% of what you make. Always save that first 10%. Now, some people can't do that. So you look at your budget and you see where you can scrimp. You know, can you change from maybe this wireless carrier to another to squeeze out $30, $50? Every bit helps. The important thing is you've got to start at some point, even if it's starting with $50 a month. Gradually build that up. As you get pay raises, put all that pay raise into your retirement. Because if you don't, you're going to be at retirement and not have enough money.
Now, some 401k's have these self-directed options where people can get some more information about, you know, what exactly they are signed up for, getting themselves into. Talk a little bit about those.
Well, that's right. And self-directed options can either be a blessing for those who are very savvy and sophisticated investors, or they can be a real curse to those who aren't, because they might be tempted to say, you know, I'm going to put all of my money in XYZ stock and be overly aggressive, and you don't want to do that with your retirement savings. But the nice thing about self-directed accounts is they're frequently less expensive than the alternative. So if your employer offers it, a good idea is to sit down with a financial advisor. Sometimes your employer provides one, and give them some, have them give you some advice. You know, that's what they're being paid for. So.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Gary. Thanks for joining us. If people want to find you, reach out to you, how can they do so?
They can reach us at financialgroup.com.
All right. Awesome. Thanks so much, Gary.
Gina.
Well, before we get